I'm panicked. I can't say happy Friday.
Happy 2025.
Happy 2025. That is
Wednesday.
correct. It is a Wednesday.
December 31st.
It is the very last day of the year, and we couldn't end 2025 without at least one more riff and
I
refine.
know. Fridays have been like filled with some holidays recently, I feel like.
They have been. It has been like nonstop holiday action, and I'm like, it's all about the family time. Like I love you, and I love our fans / friends in the chat, but like, sorry, Christmas comes before y'all every day. But we had to have one more episode to finish off the year, and I want to know, as we go throughout this episode, I want to know like one thing that you are proud of, or one thing that you think about a lot from your 2025, and then I want to know one thing that you are like excited or want to do in 2026, because that's what we're doing this epised.
There you go. Were you talking to the chat there? Or
I was talking to the chat, not you. Okay, talking to chat.
Okay. I was like, we'll jump right into it.
No, we're not jumping into it. We're gonna take our time.
Yeah, people in the chat, let us know.
Today is not Friday, and
it's not Friday.
When it's not Friday,
it's not family.
I don't have family Friday. I don't have to jet out of here super quick.
On the other hand.
Oh, okay. Here we go. She was on the other foot.
No. For those who have been following along, I don't have any immediate plans, but my wife is due anytime between now and the next 10 days for our third kid, and she started to have more contractions this morning. So in the last hour, she started to have. She has a doctor's appointment in like an hour. So we'll see how far things along, but it might be one of those shows that's unforgettable because she's like, hey, actually I'm in labor, and then I just end the stream and go deliver my third kid.
An epic way to end 2025.
That would be an epic
we were texting about this, and we were joking about how like it would be the most your wife thing to do to like just comment in chat like my water's broken, like like I'm going into labor in chat. Like she doesn't even like call your phone, she just puts it in chat.
Exactly. Yeah, New Year's, baby. I mean, exactly. Get that few diaper giveaway. There's a diaper giveaway.
There's a diaper giveaway.
I'm down for a diaper giveaway,
dude.
Anytime.
There's so many diapers. So many diapers. We are about this close to potty training for our third. And when he's done potty training, no more diapers. It's going to be great. Exactly.
I can't say that anymore. We're going to have 2 in diapers, so that'll be fun. We almost, the youngest is almost ready, but she's still a little bit of ways there. First baby of the year in U.S. Pampers gives you full-time supply. So I did not know that.
Cool fun fact. Emmett, the king of fun facts. He's no longer the king of hype. He's the king of fun facts.
I'm kind of rooting for a end of year, December 31st. Like I'm okay if it's 11:58 p.m. Because then it's a free baby in the sense like my insurance does not roll over.
Yes, you don't have to. Yes. Not to mention, as long as the baby is had in this calendar year, then you can use the deduction for tax purposes as well. So like if you have the baby today, you don't have to pay anything for today.
Yep.
And then you get to like hit that whole deductible.
Yeah, and we already hit our deductible with like my daughter's surgery and then like just normal doctor's appointments and stuff like that. So like this would be if it has to happen like today or tomorrow, it's happening today. But I guess I'm not super in control of that.
Hit me with that Pitocin. It's game time. All right. So we thought for today's episode that we would do basically an extended this week, next week, but instead it's this year, next year.
This year, next year. I love it.
And we are going to review 2025, and we are going to fantasize about 2026. I've not even thought about this. I'm literally, it's going to be just like stream of consciousness just by contributing to our baby registry. There we go. Put the link up here. We love a baby registry.
Send the link.
Is that a nice
is that
nice stapler office asking for a friend? Is the nice stapler in my office? I
I'm
don't
gonna
think
have a
it is,
look.
babe. Are
There
you
you
talking
go.
to me? One sec. Let me check a drawer.
I don't have a nice stapler in my office. But yeah, this looking back to the past year, and then so for everyone in the chat as well, and not just our wives too.
It is
But
in fact in the office.
there you go. Gotta get that taken care of. But yeah, I think the cool thing about doing some of these year in review, if you will, and the cool thing is Will already kind of did his, so he's kind of been thinking about it. I haven't
There
thought
we go.
about it
I'm
because
I'm
my
prepared at least for the review part. That's for
yeah
sure.
my week has been my last couple of weeks. I feel like I've been insanely crazy and busy, which is good.
Oh
But like
man,
I at
yeah.
least have done some thinking.
All right,
But I
all
don't know
right.
if Will, if you liked the title, I put 2025 Rift and
Riffed and
Refined.
refined.
There you
Dude, I
go.
loved it. Did you see somebody commented and was like miffed and refined? Like we need to do an episode where we just like
There you
share our
go.
beef about people. I'm like, that's
Like
an
hot
that's an
takes,
yeah, hot takes only.
miffed and refined.
We dude, that would be a good episode. Okay,
That would be a
fast forward
good
to 2026. We
yeah
need to
yeah.
do like a
April Fools.
hot takes episode. That's
Yeah,
like miff and refine or something.
there you go. Just like
Miff
get
and wine, miff and something.
miffed and wined.
I think that's a whole different show.
Just get it all off the chest. You did yours, Emmett. Why don't you put it in the chat as
Yeah,
well?
put it in
That'd
the
be
chat.
good. Yeah. What when you think about last year, Will, I guess 2025. When you think about 2025, what is like the first word that comes to mind?
Clarity for me. I already put it.
Ooh, okay.
You're right. I am a little more prepared coming into
You're a little
this.
more prepared.
I had a single word. Clarity. Clarity is my word for 2025 because I had moments of like events where you would think you would feel one way, and I felt the exact opposite. And that kind of like gave me a chance to self-reflect on like why did I not react how I would have expected to react to these situations.
Yeah.
And one of them being like I was not expecting to love conferences
Okay.
as much as I expected to, or like speaking at them. I was like, I want to do this because I want to try. But I was not expecting to like, I don't know, it's like a high when you come off the stage where you're just like, man, that felt really good. It also was like super great for like my personality type to have a deadline, like a hard
Yeah.
deadline on like hard projects that I want to tackle. So it was like, I want to do this big thing and talk about it. And it's got to be done by the time I walk on that stage. So that was nice. And just being at a place where I was spending time in person with people. And in my article, I was like, saying, hey, did you see that tweet? Doesn't quite hit the same as like an inside joke when you're in person, you know, like there's just some parts of relationships that's not the same. So that was
It's
like
true.
that was like I was expecting it to be bad, but it was, or like not necessarily bad, but I wasn't expecting to enjoy it as much as I did.
Yeah.
The other side of it is I was expecting, like, when you hear your company got acquired, your gut instinct is like, oh, that's the best news. Like, good job.
okay.
Like, that's awesome. You know, like you worked really hard at the startup, you got acquired, and like now you get to like cash out or like have the reward for doing all the work. And I did not feel that way. I did not like it.
Initially.
It's not, I mean, it's not even that. It's like the company's not bad. Like Snowflake's awesome. And like Snowflake is like very AI forward. It's very focused on like work moving quickly, which I like. It has nothing to do with the company per se. But everything to do with just like being acquired and being thrown into like completely new expectations and timelines, and like the speed of work completely changing out from under me meant that like, hey, congratulations, there is like monetary benefit coming your way eventually because you got acquired. But for now, to get that, you got to hang around and like have so much work that you don't get to be around your family the way you planned. And I did not like that, not at all. And so in my year in review, I put I'd rather be flexible than flush with cash. Shout out to Parks and Rec, John Ralphio. So yeah, that would be like, those are like the moments of clarity. I've got one more, but I want to turn the question back on you.
Yeah.
Now you've had a second.
Yeah, and I've been thinking about it because like so end of the year comes with performance reviews. So at least from a professional standpoint, I've already been thinking about it because like I don't have me and my wife do performance reviews, just so everyone knows. So
Wait, you and your wife do performance reviews, like
we
spouse? Oh, I was about to be like, that's
I said
awesome. I want to hear the performance review.
I think she would be very upset with me if we did anything like that. Like,
you would not. Yeah, you can only share hers of yours. You can.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
These are all the things that I did wrong this year.
Yeah. Your performance review is, hey, babe, I went ahead and compiled a list of ways I messed up.
Ways I messed up. Here's all the things I can do better next year. No, but so I've been thinking about it a lot because it's one of those things. The word that I would feel. So when I look back, and first off, John Coster, glad to have you in the chat. What was a question for you and then everyone else in the chat? So this is a question for John Coster, but then also everyone else in the chat. What is the thing that you're most proud of in 2025? Will said. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the thing that comes to mind, and I don't know if there's a good word for it, but I keep on thinking of like, not disappointed. That's like the wrong word. Ooh, okay. But one of those things where like, so if I was looking back and being like, hey, I could tell you, here's all of the things that I did from a personal standpoint, professional standpoint, family standpoint, everything else, I'd be like, wow, that's a lot. But then when I think about it, I'm like, I feel like I didn't get I didn't get the things I wanted done. Even from like a professional standpoint, it was one of those things where I feel like I had a lot of big plans for like my personal YouTube channel and for the things I wanted to do at Laravel. And if you look on paper, there was so much I got done, but I don't think it moved the needle. So the disappointment is not in disappointment of me not doing a lot. The disappointment is me not doing the right things.
Gotcha. So it's like,
or not feeling like I did the right things.
It was like productive, not impactful.
Yes, there you go. I can say that. Productive, not impactful in the way that I thought it was. I'll say it that way.
Yes.
Productive, not impactful.
Okay.
And so I guess let's do it. Follow up. Be my therapist.
So based on the stuff that you did end up working on and you did end up doing, was there anything that you didn't have plans for this year that you think, I didn't see this coming, but I'm glad that I had this, because I did these things, I'm glad that I got this unexpected thing that happened. Because you're probably thinking like at the beginning of the year, I wanted for this to happen. Well, if those things didn't happen, was there something that did happen that you're like, I'm glad this did?
Yeah. I think there was a lot of little things that happened where I'm like, hey, I feel like I laid a lot of groundwork this year, which to be fair, it felt like last year was the year when I laid a lot of groundwork from a personal, professional. I was slowly changing roles. And so I was like, oh yeah, like 2024 happens, or 2025 is going to be growth, but it was more groundwork. And so
it was 2024 was like changing to the new role. 2025 was like getting your foundation in the role.
Yep. From a whole bunch of different things. So to put into perspective, at end of 2024, we had moved houses because I changed locations at our church. So I moved to
preaching,
pastoring. to do
whatever your action verb is.
Yeah. to do the music pastor at our bigger location on the weekends. And so that was okay, it feels like all the things are in place. But then 2025 was actually more of okay, let me get everything in place so that I am not completely underwater. And my wife might disagree with me because it felt like a lot of times I probably was just completely underwater every single year. I didn't catch up. But when I look back at it, I think I don't think I could have done everything I did this year if all of those pieces weren't in place. Just like small things of like this office didn't exist at the beginning of
Right.
the
I saw
year.
your post about that.
Like the jobs that I'm doing with Laravel and
So
at my
Laravel's been
church.
crazy too. Like it's
Yeah.
just been like this has been a huge year for Laravel, to where it's like I'm sure the stuff on your plate has been a lot more than you expected with the role because of Laravel's growth and
Yep.
like aggressiveness towards its own goals, you know? And like
Yep.
always the day job has to take precedence, even if it
Yep.
comes at the cost of personal goals.
Yeah. And then with family, like learning of like, okay, how do I do all the things I want to do, but then also still be a dad and a husband.
And how do I make sure that I get enough Taco Bell?
Yep.
You know, these are the
To
important
feed everyone. Also, my daughter, like side note, my daughter, my oldest daughter, Addie, she's 4. She cried because we couldn't get Taco Bell the other day. So I've
never
made
been
it.
more
As
proud
a,
of your
as
daughter
a
in
dad.
that moment, have you? Yeah. This is a fantastic moment for you.
Yeah.
I
So
love that.
that was me, not expecting to lay groundwork, but laid groundwork and accomplished more than I wanted, just in different areas that I
Just
wanted.
in different areas. Okay, here's what we're gonna do.
Let's do it.
Because we are riff and refine, 2025 has been a riff year for you.
It's a riffer.
2026, we are going to do goals.
Okay.
We're going
let's
to
do it.
say, we are going to, as this show, we are going to be accountable to each other, and we're going to do check-ins. We did not do it this year because I think the goal of this year was just to get
something on paper.
something on paper, like get something consistent, something that we enjoy doing in a format that we enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
And I think next year we should actually say, my goal is this, and let's give some updates along the way and like check in on each other and like say, are you actually working on the thing that is going to move you closer to this goal? And if you're not, why are you not? Has the goal changed? You know, like those kind of check-ins. And I think that'll be great. And I think we can use I think it'd be super fun to have sponsors. But if we don't have sponsors, we can I think it'd be cool to put like the goals in like we can put a little ticker video.
Little check
like
mark.
A little reminder of like, hey, this is what you were supposed to be doing.
Yeah. I like it. You want to start it off?
Start it off with.
Should we do personal goals and then show goals? Should we do show Rift first before we refine it?
Here's what I want to do. I want
Let's
to
do it.
show. I want to hear things that you worked on that you are like, this is actually something I remember working on that I like think made an impact on my year. And I'm going to do the same. And so I'm going to kick it off. I'm going to throw this on the stage. And we're going to do boom. There we go.
Boom. I love it.
All right. So this is my year interview post. And I'm not going to go through each little detail, but it's just like, I was looking back on what I did this year and I was like, I completely forgot that I did this. This is some of my favorite design work that I've done my entire life, is these logos for Aaron for his like open source work. And like, although Fusion went nowhere, didn't end up like panning out, I think putting this brand together helped me personally. And I think it also, like, Sidecar is still a thing. Like, these still exist out there, and it's always good to have like a brand attached to things. So I think it is still like a good thing to have done that. And like this, the landing page for it was like super, like this one was a good project because it got a lot of unexpected eyes on my work, because like Aaron talked about it from the Laracon stage. To John Coster, I did not see you in Denver. So you better come this year, because we need to hang out. The stuff that you're doing with, it's not Blaze. That's the other one. The stuff that you're doing
still at
with Blade parsing and like
Blade,
stuff,
parsing. Yeah,
it's like
still at. Is that your
so cool
encompassing thing?
Yeah, it's awesome.
You do a lot of stuff. That's all I know.
This, I'm gonna skip this one. It was cool. It was fun. Not a big deal. Laracon, was like the
Everyone loves
highlight.
that picture.
Oh man, it is so funny how it's like I meant it to be
Open,
nope,
open.
but it also looks like open, and it's like nope. I will leave the cabinets open. Type of thing. Laracon was super fun, and I want to speak at Laracon again because I want to do it without stressing out the whole time.
Yeah.
I think it'd be super fun. Um, and fun fact, there was this fantastic Indian restaurant like a couple blocks over that I went and ate at by myself when I first got there, and it was so good. So
There you
shout
go.
out to Denver Indian restaurant. It was awesome. But no, this is the big one that I want to share. This project has been like this is like the highlight of I think my year is the project that I worked on. It was so fun, and it was like I used it for 2 talks, and then I just went and like completed the circuit on it. And I think that this one single project is what made a lot of opportunities land in my lap this year. Um, the speaking gigs, like speaking at conferences, came because of this idea.
Yeah.
Um, I had like a time where I was about to work with paper, and it didn't work out. But the reason that I caught the eye of Steven was that partially this project.
Yeah.
This was like a big piece of it, and then he had seen some of my other stuff as well. But I think this was like what really pulled him in because he does some game development, game design, and so like this project caught his attention, and that's what kind of got us on the path of like trying to work together. And this, I think, just having this as like the pinned tweet on my profile,
Yeah.
it has just like made it to where it's like when you land on somebody's social page and you see something like this to this detail, it's like, oh, this feels like an obvious person to follow. So like this one, like, and this is like the way I plan on doing my 2026. This is why I wanted to bring this up. Like this one project is what changed, I think, my 2025. This conference was fantastic. We've already done an episode all about my time with that, but this project was part of that conference talk, and I think I've just enjoyed in 2026 just doing more like interactive demos of like my work, and not doing like boring UI stuff, like trying to push boundaries, and like that is obviously our show fantastic.
I've heard it's great.
It's pretty good. And then the cottage, we can't forget the cottage. But the reason why I wanted to like review this one more time was the last thing that I talked about, that I realized in 2026 is in 2025 is that like although I know you can use AI to do a lot more work, like you can get a lot more done if you're doing the exact same type of stuff.
Yeah.
And I do that at like my day job, like that's how I function as part of my day job. Cause like, we're not really creating at least for the product that I'm doing, like we're not creating something completely brand new or rebuilding something we already built. So there's a lot of this where it's like, hey, I know how all of this needs to happen. Let's just get it done faster with the help of AI. And we're doing a lot at once. What I think is the true, like when I am like, okay, I want to work on a project with AI, I'm not saying like, let's do a lot. I'm saying like, let's go really deep on a hard problem. Like I want to have something that I think is impossible to do, and I want to figure it out. Like I'm using AI to go so deep that I've pushed AI past the point of where AI can help. And I'm like having to get back to that part of it where it's like, no, I've got to also think critically. Like I think I lose like at my day job, like I do think critically in general, like in big strokes, but like I'm not actually like super critically thinking about every little piece of the implementation because like AI, like things have been architected. We have a design system at work. There's a lot of work that is just like decisions have already been made for me. And so like, this is like how I found myself using AI was just like, let's use it to go further than I could, not broader than I could.
Okay.
So yeah, that is like how I would wrap up
categorize it all.
My 2025.
I love it.
As we can go into 2026 with some context. But
Yeah, it sounds like
what are some
for
projects
you,
that
like the biggest
made an
thing was
impact?
like you finding the stuff that you felt fulfilled with, but then
Yeah.
also like it 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 was things that you weren't doing before.
Right.
Just
Right.
or you're just doing it a different way.
Yeah.
Like that
Yeah. Yeah.
seems like the biggest thing.
That was like 100%. It was like things I was doing, but I wasn't doing them in the right way to get like not attention, but like to have people being noteworthy. I think is the word that I used in my 2024 review when I was rereading it. That I was like, I want 2025. I want to work on. I specifically only want to work on projects that are noteworthy,
Yeah.
to where it's like when I finish it and share it, it's something people will take note of. Um, so, and I think that worked out pretty well for 2025.
Yeah. I
How about
love it.
you? I
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna make a prediction. I feel like your surprise Elm Live end of the year, like that was one that you were not planning on for 2025. But I feel
So
like that
the
project was good.
oh wait,
Like that
which
was
one?
real good. The one that you did for your Elm Live talk, the Edge of Madness, I think is what you called
Oh,
it.
oh, oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, for Livewire Live.
Mm-hmm. Wire that live. What did I say? Elm Live.
Elm? Elm?
Oh.
That's why I was like, I was really confused. I was like,
Yeah,
what?
no, that was like an old open source project. Wire Live
Elm.
is what I was talking about.
Yeah, I actually that was the first before I even learned JavaScript. I started learning Elm, and I realized
Shut up. Same.
JavaScript is a little easier, so I'm gonna learn
Yeah,
JavaScript.
Elm is. I actually like maintained the dev server for
Really?
Elm development. It was called Elm Live.
Okay. See,
And it was like it was for like Elm, the language. I like got super into functional programming because of Elm.
that's what there was a developer at a company that I worked at that I was doing customer support for, and I was like, hey, I want to be a better developer. I know bits and pieces of code. This was way back when 2014, 2015.
Yeah, yeah.
And he was like, learn functional programming, Elm. And I was like, okay, I'll do it.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
a
I gave
really
up.
good one to start with. Yeah, yeah. No, it's tough. Man, I went
I should look
we,
back at
we,
it now.
we can do an episode on it. Let's do an episode
go.
on like functional programming
Teach.
since we have a bunch of object oriented folks.
Yeah,
And also share some fun resources that I love about functional programming.
there you go. In the chat, it's been cool to see everyone's what you're proud of. John doing 4 blade packages. There you go. And then Emmett, PDF capture app for a friend. You made money from it too. That's always the best when you can make money from something.
The best feeling when that first transaction,
Even when
across.
it's like so little.
Yeah.
I remember the first. It was a project that we called it was like a challenge that we were doing with a whole bunch of like Twitter famous people that I jumped in on way 2020, I think 2019, 2020. And it was called the 2-week challenge. Basically like, hey, put together a product, like an info product. And I decided like, oh, I'm just going to do video. So I did like a 8 micro video course.
Ooh.
And like, I remember like I made like $170 off of it.
The best
like selling it for,
$170
like,
that
$5.
you
I was
ever
like,
made.
oh yeah. 100%. I was hooked after that.
Yeah. And it's so different. I think it's so different, like making a product that people buy versus like selling a service that people buy. Like it doesn't feel the same being like, okay, they're just paying for my time
Yep.
doing like what you already do. Like, but if you like had an idea for something that people found useful that is not just you as a service, like that is just, man, it's a good feeling.
It was a great feeling for like that thing that was like a thing I already completed, but then also like when I in 2024 when I was kind of unemployed, I was making most money off of a SaaS I had built, and that was a crazy feeling when you're like,
Oh yeah,
like this person is saying that this thing is saving them time and money. Like that's crazy.
awesome.
Like this little thing that I built.
That's the dream. I've not ever successfully built a like software product that people have like paid to use. And it's just like I don't have good. I'm good at designing and I'm good at software. I'm terrible at finding a problem worth solving.
Worth paying for.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And like once you get into the all of the people that I know how to solve problems for are engineers, then it's
Especially
incredibly
these
hard
days
at
with
that point.
AI, like man, It's getting
That's
harder
what
and harder
my
unless you're
first
starting to get into AI tooling.
yeah, my first SaaS was AI in 2022,
Oh wow.
2022, 23,
Yeah.
23. It was like it's still I sunset it now, but it was
Mhm.
still using like GPT 3.0 or whatever.
That's
The
awesome.
very very old one.
Oh, sick. We have somebody new found the channel.
Night Wraith.
What's
Glad
up,
to
Night
have you
Ray?
here.
Dude,
We're
how
doing
are
a
you?
year in review.
We're doing a
So
year review. Yeah,
let us know what you're most proud of in 2025.
absolutely. And just as like some context, because you're jumping in the middle of it, if you don't know what Riff and Refine is, it's a live show where we just hang out and we normally share links on like creativity, people who make awesome stuff, awesome projects that like push our creativity. And then we also share updates on all the awesome projects. I say awesome as I like pat ourselves on the back, all the projects that we that we work on, and like the tools and the process and the like ways we get inspired to do the work that we do.
Oh yeah. Yeah, glad to have you here. And Emmett, yes, also selling to non-dev people is really nice.
I was
That
saying
is
Mr.
correct.
King of Econ over here. Ecom, not Econ. Ecom is like a completely different beast. Consumer based products. That's
Oh
wild.
yeah. It's also crazy, and then I'll get into my stuff. But it's also crazy when you make something as a developer or as an engineer, and people that I used 3 prompts with AI and then I made this, and it's just a little bit of
Hmm.
like automation
Hmm.
kind of thing. But someone else is like, "That's so cool! You
Yeah,
can do that."
yeah.
That
That's
feeling
how
is
it
really
was
cool.
at ValioCon when I did that like just like a local CLI tool for like processing, like
Okay.
pulling the YouTube video down and turning it into an email. Where it's just like
Yeah.
it's nothing that you couldn't do on your own, but like people just don't connect those dots, and it's like that's why sharing is important because like people don't understand what's possible if there are not people like telling them what all you can do with it, you know?
Yeah. Exactly. Um, Yeah, so this past year, if I could pinpoint the things that I'm like most proud of, most of them are I would say were probably professional in the sense.
Mhm.
Um I knew that this space when I bought this house, I was going to turn this into an office. I had like
Mhm.
designed it and I knew exactly what things I was going to buy. I purchased everything. I think end of year 2024, it might have been beginning of year 2025.
Mhm.
And by the end of January, all this changes if Josh's new baby shows up. That is true. By the end of
LOL.
January, I had most of this set up. Of course, it's like evolved over the last year, pretty much, but most of the setup and how I wanted when it came to, like being able to switch cameras, being able to like have different things all set up in my one studio to record the way that I wanted to record. Like that was the thing I was most proud of because it definitely set the groundwork for everything else. Because I don't think I could have
Mhm.
I don't think I could have done all the things when it comes to like the work at Laravel, even my
Mhm.
personal channel and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
don't think I could have done it all if I didn't have this studio because it solidified the process that I do. Like
Right.
being able
Yeah.
to literally
I
press
have
two
to yeah.
buttons, start
Yes.
recording.
Such a game changer removing friction from any creative process. Like
100%. I
when
have like a button on my stream deck. You can't even see it because it's done. It's done.
yeah,
You can
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of see it. But I have a button on the stream deck that after I press recording,
Mhm.
like I can press this button and it takes all the video files, uploads them to, or like puts them in this sync thing directory,
Mhm.
and then I can edit them on my Mac because I'm recording on a Windows PC. And I just have to cut it up basically, and then I'm done. Like the process that originally had taken me, a couple
Mhm.
hours,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5 hours to record a 10-minute video.
Yeah.
Now, like I can do probably in close to like an hour and a half.
Which is wild. Like
Yeah.
that's just crazy. That's the exact thing that like pushed me away from doing like me and Allie were doing podcasts like once a week for a
Mm.
while. And then I just stopped because like work got busy and the
Yep.
friction to setting up the whole setup in our dining room was like a nightmare to do. Like it was like I had to carry these giant 8-foot panels from like upstairs to downstairs. And so like when we got the boys moved out and I had this office that now has like the new chairs where
Yeah.
we do it, where we do that. And then like I just use my camera on my desk and
Yep.
just like move this, like it's on an arm so I can pull it out to where it's like got a better crop for that show.
There
And
you
it's
go.
like in 2026 we are definitely doing it more often because there's just like removing friction from any type of repetitive creative work just lets you focus on the actual like craft of the thing instead of all the reasons that you don't want to get spinning on it.
Yeah. And that was I probably downplay the stuff that I did because like it felt like, oh, I had in my head I wanted to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So actually doing it and putting it into play feels like like I know that I'm downplaying it, but I know it was also like a big accomplishment because yeah, just like you said, every single like the process it takes for me to do all the things is like now so much easier to go from point A to point B. And with that, I did the intro video on the Laravel.com landing page.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember staying up pulling all-nighters when we did our launch February 17th or whatever that day was. We did a launch of Cloud, the Laravel.com landing page, starter kits, and something
like
else.
The one all around the EU time. Yep.
It was like just like a day of everything.
Yep.
And I remember staying up late with David Hill because he wanted to make sure that every element of like that landing page video was complete. So he came up with the idea. Mm-hmm. I scripted it out. Initially, I was like, "Hey Taylor, this would work best coming from you. Like if you can record it." And I did a draft demo of me recording it. And I was like,
so
"Hey,
kind of knew what was the flow." Yeah.
Yep. And he basically was like, I like that. Let's use it.
Let's just use it. Yeah.
And I was like, okay. But it's crazy to me that like people who go to Laravel.com like see a video that I made, like, which is crazy, or like my face.
Dude, that is like one of the coolest things. Like, it's just cool working at companies that like it's small enough to where like the work you can do has like a meaningful, like you get noticed at the like that's like a big difference, is like I'm just the tiniest of cogs in the giant machine of Snowflake.
Yeah.
I definitely miss working in like a smaller company where it's like I know everybody who's working on everything, and like when we need to like work on something together, it's very easy to do that. I think your name is Sunny, if I saw this one correctly. Sunny from Birmingham, UK. This is awesome.
Yeah. Those are some good things to be proud of.
Absolutely. The getting permission granted to work on your house stuff, like that's the big one.
That's the biggest one.
Like it is so hard. Like even in America,
I just don't
like things are not old. Like we're not old.
Yeah.
Like our homes are not old. The permitting process is like probably no big deal. But from what I've heard, it is a absolute nightmare in the UK to get like permission to do any type of work because it's just everything is so old. There's so much history and like rules around all the stuff.
Yeah,
man, I want to hear. You need to come back on the show, Sonny, and give us like updates on your house because man, I love that kind of stuff. I actually just finished this week. It was like we went on like a crazy house renovation type. We stayed up late. We repainted my daughter's room. We like cleaned out a big closet to turn into like an art studio for her. And like I made like a new wooden floor to go in the room. We're like putting up like these new tile things in our kitchen. Like it's just like, hey, I've got 2 weeks off. We're gonna spend one whole week redoing stuff in our house. So man, we love that kind of stuff.
I love it. After that, like I think like the biggest things were at Laravel was a whole bunch of development and a whole bunch of videos. So like we like I didn't do as much videos like for the actual Laravel channel,
Mm-hmm.
But it was every single launch I would do like a marketing type videos of like, hey, this is Laravel Night Watch, this is Laravel Cloud, this is how to do this is how to do that on those videos. So I think over with that and with the Laravel Learn course that I put out, which was an hour and a half course
Mm-hmm.
basically of like learning Laravel from
A lot of
a
video
boot camp.
reps. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of video reps. I probably put out like close to, I think it was like 70 different videos on the Laravel channel
Totally. Yep.
with that. So like that was good. I also did public speaking. So it's one of those things where I have been speaking on stage for a long time, but in different
Right. Yeah.
formats.
Yeah.
Usually like improv, drama,
Mm-hmm.
church.
Mm-hmm.
And I've spoken in front of a lot of people and I do it every week.
Right.
But
Right. Yep.
it is a completely different thing to do that
So, yeah.
as a
Professionally.
talk.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And so I gave 5 different talks this year,
Mm-hmm.
which was fun. I love doing it. My wife doesn't love it as much because
Same.
I like traveling. She does not like traveling. So
Yeah.
that's one of the downsides, I guess.
Agreed. I put a cap on 2026. There's a cap on how many conferences that I want to go speak to for that exact reason. Like I was
Yeah.
gone way too much last year.
That's what mine was a cap on when I could, like how early
Oh
was
yeah,
the
because baby.
earliest
Yeah,
conference because
yeah,
of baby.
yeah. There's zero chance that you're leaving with a newborn at home. Like,
Yep.
unless you are just like ready to like absolutely hear it the entire time.
Exactly.
That's just not. We don't do that.
Exactly.
We don't do that here.
She had said like before, like a couple of weeks ago, she was like, yeah, you could do like when the baby's like a month old. And I'm like, you're not gonna say that like when the baby is a month old. You're not gonna say that. So we'll see what actually happens. And then lastly, I think the thing that I'm most proud of, so like is just I felt like for those who say that you know anyone who have like a decent job or like is doing something they really like, I still struggle with like imposter syndrome, not just in like videos of like, hey, I know I've only been using Laravel for 2.5 years. And there's people like Aaron Francis and Jeffrey Way
I've been
and
using it since they were like 13, I think is what
Yeah.
Aaron said.
Adam Wathan, like
Yeah.
like they know it inside and out. And so who am I to teach people who have been using it for 15 plus years
Yeah.
or however long it's been around, 2009.
Well, you are the guy.
So like I feel like I helped combat that for like the actual teaching point, but then also I never worked as a developer in a developer role. And technically I still don't, but my title is developer relations engineer. And with that has done a lot of like development stuff, not just demos, but then also like, hey, cloud calculator, landing page,
Want this marketing tool, like this tool
Laravel
for
Wrapped.
launch. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And so I felt like it was nice to be able to say like, okay, I have actually shipped code that's not just my own code.
Right. Like you've
like I feel like an engineer.
Actual engineering. Yeah. Dude, that's awesome. Man, that is like such a like it's so funny how easy it is to feel imposter syndrome. Like I feel that way with design. Like I feel that way with engineering too sometimes, depending on who I'm like comparing myself to. Like depending on like what I'm working on at any given time, it's like I'm working on this, so I'm doing research and I'm learning more about this, and then I see XYZ people who are like incredible at it. And then I like move over to this like design, and I'm like looking at trying to design this thing. I'm like, oh man, this other person is like so good at this thing. And what always comes back to me and like what I'm going to try and take into 2026 is that like though all those people might be good and better at that. Like they might be a way better engineer than me. They may be a way better designer than me. Like, oh, this person's content is like so much better than like any content that I put out or like any type of video or motion graphic or whatever than me. But like, I think that what I've got going for me is that like I'm doing all of that together. And like there is something to be said from being able to take those different verticals and be somebody who can ship, like a single person who can like share things that cross all those boundaries,
Yeah.
because then you can talk. Like I can share engineering things in a way that designers would actually understand. I can share
Yeah.
design things in a way that like engineers will understand. Like I can produce content that feels like it doesn't feel as pro. That's like one thing that I like maybe want to like get better at, is like better video at some point. But like you don't need that unless like you're starting a like a YouTube channel type thing. Because like people react a lot better to like things feeling genuine. So it's like as long
Yeah.
as I'm doing that, the other stuff can come later. But it's just like you're somebody who's incredible at video. You're somebody who's incredible at like breaking down concepts to teach people. You're an engineer, but you're also like somebody who's like super into music. You're familiar and comfortable with like speaking and being on stage. Like there's this like your unique combination is what makes you like what about that combination is something that nobody else has, and like that's how you like what we can lean into as people, that makes it to where you don't need to feel imposter syndrome, because like can the person that I feel imposter syndrome do XYZ thing that I can also do at the same
Yeah.
time, kind of thing. Like,
100%. Yeah. I think like the last thing that I was thinking of for this year is similar to like those lines, is like I did not go like my, I think at the start of, I'll have to look, but at the start of 2025, I am pretty sure I'm pretty sure my YouTube channel subscribers, I can actually like pull it up, but I'm pretty sure at the start of 2025, I had either just broken 10,000 subscribers,
mhm,
or I was close to that number.
mhm.
So if I look at last 365 days. So yeah, at the beginning of 2025, I had
While you're looking up those numbers, my wife just peeked her head in to say we had a mouse, like a big sticky mouse trap, and she holds it through the door, and there's this little tiny 6-year-old sized footprint on the sticky pad, and my daughter just stepped into a giant sticky mouse trap, and it's like, yeah, she has like her whole foot is sticky now, and she
oh
like
no.
sticks every time she tries to take a step. All right, hit me with the
That's
numbers.
crazy. Beginning of January 1st, 2025, I had 13,050 subscribers.
Mhm.
I am ending the year at 18,179.
Awesome.
It is awesome. But I also had like this big goal of like, oh, I could hit 100,000 this year. So,
Mm.
which was a big, I understand that is a,
I'd be
that is a big thing.
curious to know like what the like the YouTube channel for like Laravel, like those number difference, like how
Mhm.
much of like for you professionally speaking, like
Yeah.
yes, you would love your personal channel to take off, and that's like the thing you can take with you anywhere. But it's also true that it's like how much growth was seen in the other place where I put potentially even more like I don't know what your breakdown is, but I feel like you put way more content into the Laravel YouTube channel this year than your personal channel potentially. And like
Yep.
the growth in that channel, like what does that look like? Because like that also is like partially owned by you. Um,
Yep. And like, and the biggest thing was I like doing all those pieces, kind of like what you're saying. I like
mhm,
doing I'm gonna come up with something, I'm gonna build the demo, I'm going to
mhm,
record it myself, and
yep,
I'm going to edit it. But I quickly learned like I can't do all that and do at the same time while putting everything that I want into Laravel, while putting everything that I want into my
right,
family.
yep,
Something has to change. And so I did hire an editor, and it was awesome for a month and a half where I had this drive, and that
mm,
slowly paid off.
mhm,
Not my editor's fault, my fault
mhm.
for like just not having that drive. So like last year, I don't know how many videos, but I'm pretty sure I put out close to like 50 videos on my channel last
That's
year.
almost a video a week. That's awesome.
Almost a video a week. This year I did one, two,
Think
three,
about holiday.
four,
You're good.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. So I did 35 videos this year.
Gotcha. Yeah. So,
which is still a lot, but it
still a
definitely
lot.
was. They were interspersed so much
Right. The
compared to
consistency piece of
consistency
it.
was not there. Yeah, I
Yeah.
had a good consistent month, which is
All
great.
right. So let's roll into 2026.
Let's
What are
roll
your
into it.
goals? What are your goals? What is the when you were talking earlier about not feeling like you had impact, you were very productive in the amount of things you got done, in the things you're able to do, but you don't feel like what you were doing was impactful. What is impact to you in 2026?
Impact to me, and this is gonna sound like very. This is gonna sound like very like I don't know, just arrogant, maybe a little bit.
Oh man, we love it. We love some confidence. It's not arrogance, it's
It
confidence.
is
Good.
confidence. I think the thing that didn't make me feel like I moved the needle and just laid more groundwork this year
Mhm.
was I felt like I had a trajectory in 2024 where I was
Mhm.
gaining notoriety, traction
Yep.
with an audience in the
Right.
sense that that benefits
Yeah.
myself, that benefits others. I like being able to help that. In 2025, it just seemed like it stagnant, which I know that's not completely
Flatline.
true.
Yep.
But in terms of numbers, which is the thing, only real
Right.
feedback you get, it
Yes.
was
Yes.
completely flatline in the sense of
Yep.
like
100%.
if there was like an 80% increase in 2024, it was like a 3% or 5%
Yeah.
increase or whatever
Yep.
in 2025. And so I think the thing that I want to do in 2026 is, and maybe this is more groundwork. I don't know. I think I have laid enough
You have
where
enough groundwork.
I don't just want to focus on like quantity and consistency of stretching into whole things,
Mhm.
but I want to focus on, hey, here's the things that I know are moving the needle for me financially, personally, professionally.
Okay.
I'm leaning into that. And I think the biggest thing is being more I think the biggest thing is being more like open. I think there was a month and a half, 30 something days where I did I think it was 35 days where I did a audio recording like as a podcast every single morning.
Yep.
And that felt like I moved the needle. And because of the numbers, like I was seeing like visually, oh, like this is cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so
Like
I
people
think
were actually listening and it was happening so constantly it became a part of people's routine
yep,
to tune in to Josh.
yep. And so in 2026, I want to focus on the expansion of not just like what I'm doing, but I also want to lean into it because too often it's more of like the things like, oh, like I think it would be cool to talk about this. Let me go ahead and see if someone else how well someone else did that, and then I'm just
Mhm.
gonna do it. Instead, I'm just gonna start doing the
Doing the
things.
stuff that you want out in the
Yeah.
world. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. I think in the new year on one of our episodes, we need to talk strategy.
Mm.
Like if you are wanting to move the needle,
Yeah.
I think to move the needle, you need to have some sort of strategy, some sort of hypothesis on like what's actually going to do that.
Yeah.
And then you need to like try to do it and see if it moves the needle. And then if it's not moving the needle, then we need to like go back to the chalkboard, think of something else and try again. Um can't riff when trying to move the needle. Incorrect. Emmett. When wrong. When trying to move the needle, all you do is riff. And then when you start moving the needle is when you refine. Like I think that is the process. Is like you have to try a bunch of different content to find what is moving the needle. And then when you find the thing that people are like actually take a hold of, that's
Yeah.
when you like, despite what you might personally want, that's when you double down on the thing that worked and
And
refine that and like go down that rabbit hole as long as people are paying attention. And then eventually it's going to drop off and you get to riff again and you get to explore. But like,
I think that would be helpful, especially like if we maybe like for myself, my strategy, we bring someone on, and then for you, we bring someone else on talk your strategy too
Okay,
for
I actually know the
2026?
person we're going to bring on for yours,
Okay.
unless you have somebody else in mind.
I
have
don't
somebody.
have anyone in
Perfect.
mind yet,
All right,
but I have someone in mind for you.
his name is Tommy. You've probably seen you. I think I've shared him to you, Tommy
There you
Gioco.
go.
He is currently starting a media company.
Yeah.
And he's been doing. It's all been like in the designer realm. He's been doing this series called This Is Taste,
Okay.
where he has gone out
I've seen
and
some of those.
done like in-person documentary style footage and videos around like some of the great designers' processes. Like, how do they do their work? Like, what makes them so good at what they do?
No.
And his stuff is so good. And like, this is like a complete change because he's always been doing video content. He actually did a startup that sold to Twitch. It was like a stream, what's Streamlabs? So Streamlabs.
Oh yeah.
That was his.
Slobs.
Yep. That was his that sold to Twitch. So he's like been in the content game for a while. And then after that, he like had a viral channel where he shared like design content, but it was all like, the reason why he pivoted was he's like, it was all viral stuff, but it was nothing that had meaning, like it would just get views. It didn't make me happy doing it. And so like he's pivoted, and I think he would be the perfect person to come on and for you to discuss like, here's the type of work that I want to be doing in video, and I want it to like make impact, and talk through like that strategy with him. I think he would be the absolute, because he could share a lot of like, I'd want to have him on because I want to have him talk about like what he's been doing.
That would be perfect, because I think when you're talking about like the riff and then you find something and then you refine on it, I think my blindness or me just being oblivious is I don't think I've hit that thing yet. That's the biggest thing that like I thought I was going to hit in 2025, and probably why it felt like disappointing.
Right.
Was I thought I was going to find through just trial and error and consistency and finding. I thought I was going to find my database school, or I thought I was going to find, my sound fall.
Okay. Yeah.
And I don't think I found that yet.
Yeah.
And I could be wrong. But I'm going to be like, no, yours thing is this. I'm like, I don't think it is.
I don't think it is. Yeah. No, totally. I totally get that. And I think that'll be a fun thing to like, let's have somebody on, let's talk strategy. Let's talk like what are ways to actually try something and be able to tell if it's working or not from somebody who's like very, very in the game. So yeah.
I love it.
Do you have anyone in mind for the person that I should have on?
See, that was who I was thinking of for you.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? That's funny.
Mostly just like I've never interacted with him. I know that you know him, but I know that
I want him for you.
He understand. You said that you wanted to do content, so like I was I was thinking like
that's a good. I'm glad you brought that up. I don't want to do content. I think I've figured that out. Like I don't want to do.
In the last 10 minutes, you figured.
I do. No, well, no, like I do and I don't. Like I do. I want to do content from the sense that like I want to share the things that I'm doing in video format.
Okay. Yeah.
Because it's, I think, the easiest way to share deep stuff. Right. Exactly. Yeah. But I also don't want to become a YouTuber. I don't think I do. I don't think I want to make a course. I don't think I want to be on like a YouTube channel to where it's like,
I thought you were making a course.
I'm not. Because like, here is what I like realized. And this is just part of like reviewing my year on like what actually worked.
Yeah.
The things that actually worked were like really stupid things that were clearly just like jokes and like just happened to pop off kind of thing. Like the usual random viralness factor that comes in with just like some stupid comment or some stupid thing. The other thing that popped off was when I shared something that was clearly like very hard to do. But was very cool, or is like part of working on something hard. I uncovered this tip or this interesting thing, and I shared that interesting thing. Like one that like really popped off recently was when I've been working on the DAW. I started working on timeline stuff, which part of my 2026. I'll share about that. But I just this random CSS tip where it's like I was scrolling back on a horizontal scrollable element, and every time I got to the start of the timeline, it would go back in the browser. Like because Mac has this built-in thing where like when you're scrolling backwards, it goes to the previous URL when you can't scroll anymore, and you keep scrolling. But like in a timeline, it's all scrolling side to side, and like you're gonna hit the edges. You don't want to be going forward or backwards. There's like a CSS property called over scroll behavior, and you can set it to none on an element, and when you hit the bounds of that element, any default behavior that is normally happening doesn't happen. And I just shared that little tip, and it like popped off. And so it's like things like that where I want to work on things that like when they're done, people are going to want to talk about them, and because of the difficulty of working on them, I will have enough content along the way that I'm going to be working on problems that are hard enough and interesting enough that I will have plenty to share as I go.
I like that.
So like, I think that is like, I found the thing, like you were saying, like when I found the sound fall, like that is it. Like, that one project fueled everything that I did 2025, basically. Like it fueled 2 conference talks. It fueled unknown number of social posts. It fueled a lot of my best performing content. And like a lot of the times that people wanted to like hop in my DMs that weren't like friends, but were just like, hey, I saw this thing and that was cool. It was because of that specific project, not like other things I was working on. So
I love it.
That is like what I realized for my 2026 is I want to, it's the DAW. Like the DAW is like my big 2026 project. And I'm working on the timeline piece like we talked about. Like I riffed for a while. It's time to go deep on a piece of the functionality, and that's the timeline. And I got it built and I figured it out. And now I'm like, I'm going to put a post together of it, like a devlog of like, here's how to just build timelines, not specific to a DAW timeline, but like, this is just how timelines work. And what's so fun about doing something like that is that I went in with a solution. Like I went in with all the code for how to do it. And then I was just going to break it down and talk through why this works, how this works. And then of course I've changed my solution like 10 to 12 times along the way to make it like, it just gets that much better by like having to critically think through each step and explain like, well, why is this step needed? What does this step do? So like, I want that. And like, this is going to be like my cornerstone for all the talks that I present to this year.
I love it.
So
sounds like great 2026.
It does. I'm excited about it. I just got to figure out the right way to, it's like, I need to figure out the right way to chop, like to share the stuff, like that's what I do want. And that's like where the content piece comes in, which is just like, what is the right way to share the details, like to share this type of work in a way that like gets people to want to share it themselves. So I think that's like what I need to figure out.
There you go.
How about you?
I think the thing that I
want something specific.
Something specific is
there's a lot of hand wave, a lot of direction. Here's the direction I want to go. I want something that I can hold on to.
Something specific is I like doing things as unedited as possible.
Mm-hmm.
When I do the like when I consume content, a lot of the content that I like, it's very much like, I don't know, like live stream recordings even too.
Yeah, like the ones that have popped off a lot, like your OBS ones is literally just like, it feels like you're just hanging out with you in your office and you're just talking people through like, here's how I'm doing this kind of thing.
And the thing I want to go after is how can I do those kinds of videos where there's still strategy behind them of like, hey,
Mhm.
I know that this will be good. And it doesn't take up too much time where it's like I'm live streaming for 8 hours a day, which I would personally love to do, but I can't do that right now.
Right. Especially with newborn coming in. Good luck doing
Yep.
anything like that, like that is unfortunately something that has to be factored into 2026 strategy.
Yep. And then
And by
how can
unfortunately,
I
I mean like it's a blessing. Like don't like
Yeah,
by unfortunately, I mean it's like that's what the ideal situation would be. But
exactly.
the reality on the ground is you're about to be
I
blessed with
can't do it.
another kiddo. So
Exactly.
what's the smart way of handling it?
And I think like the next thing is like I I have experimented a lot in terms of like breadth of like, but I have
Mhm.
not actually done it to the point where I want to do it. Like
Okay.
technically my personal YouTube channel, for example, is the same content. It is instructional tech videos, mostly centered around like Laravel and web development.
Correct.
But I I want to talk about and do the things I'm doing. And I thought like this show would be like a start of it, but I think I need to jump into that more. And
Yes.
so
This
that's
is
what
what I was
2026 is
wanting you
about.
to say. All right.
Is
You have mentioned to me that you want something that is more like you just want to get into the concept of creating more, not
yes.
more web development, not more like you just want to have a channel when people come to it. It's like this guy covers the concept of like how to be creative.
Yep. Exactly.
And I want to push on that. Like I want to push you and push on getting you to do stuff that is not Laravel content. Not does no shade on like I bet
Yeah.
most of the projects are gonna have Laravel in it, but I don't think it needs to be like the pillar. Like when you think of your content pillar, it's like this is a Laravel video,
Yep.
but I'm teaching ABC. Like no, I want it to be like, hey, I'm building a keytar. Like
Yep.
I'm creating a keytar, and yes, I used this is not true, but like yes, I used Laravel to do this piece of it. Like that's where it's like, yeah, I still have like Laravel as part of my videos, but it's because
Yep.
it's a supporting piece of like how I did it, not because I don't know, like I want that. Like that feels like what you want. Tell me I'm
Yep.
wrong, or
Nope.
tell me I'm right.
That's exactly what I want. And I think I haven't done it because I have been probably more scared because I know YouTube algorithm and stuff enough where I know that even at my size of channel, which is super small of
Mm-hmm.
18,000, I know that, oh, if I start just throwing random stuff, YouTube's going to be
Yep.
like, oh, like, I don't know what to do with this. And so
Yep.
I've always like, oh, should I start another channel? And
Mm-hmm.
then I start from scratch one. But I think I don't care about it. Like that's 2026. Don't care about the things that I should be caring about.
Right. Also, shout out to Ivan.
Yo.
If I'm pronouncing Ivan, you might pronounce Ivan. It has an accent over the A, so I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, Ivan. So you can just tell me how I mispronounced it on Discord. But if you want to talk about who creates awesome stuff, Ivan does like custom keyboards, like mechanical keyboards, and he does like the 3D renders and all this stuff, and like gets them manufactured and everything.
No.
So like Ivan's work is sick. I need to share his Instagram with you. But like, yeah, I want to see just like creator Josh, not how to development Josh.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
that's what we want. It doesn't even like I think your videos would be so I'd be so interested to see how things land when you don't even talk about like, hey, here's how I did it.
Yeah.
Like, or like, here's how you can do it.
Hmm.
I think that's such like an interesting, like people don't necessarily want, and this is like what it would be interesting to talk to Tommy about is
Yeah.
that I think a lot of your videos are actually like, here's the step by step how to do something so that you could do it.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of space, especially on YouTube, where like instead of going these detailed, like I think it's good to have those, but my guess is that like you would see a lot more growth as like making somebody who makes aspirational videos. Like
Yeah.
aspirational creator videos in the sense that like, hey, I'm building this keytar. Yes, I'm going to like share this like how I built it kind of thing, but you're not going to like go into all of the nitty gritty for your YouTube video. Like maybe you share nitty gritty as part of like your Twitter, like Twitter post stuff where it's like, yeah, if you follow him on Twitter, you get all the details of how it's done. But his like YouTube video is just like here's how I built a keytar, and it's more high level. Here, I got this from this brand, and I like did this process, and like I used my 3D printer to do this, and like all that kind of stuff. And like here's like some fun gotchas that I had to figure out. But it's not like, yes, so first I had to install the MIDI controller, and I used these type of screws. You know, like like
no.
What's the higher level aspirational version of being somebody who creates more, and then like use other channels to share the. Oh, you mentioned Discord. Is there a Riff and Refine Discord? No, that there should be. That would be a fun thing to. Maybe that's what we need to do in 2026. We should get like a community area for Riff and Refine. But no, Ivan and I are in this like designer Discord that a buddy of ours runs.
I love it. I probably guys get wrapping up because my wife has to run to her doctor appointment.
That's what I was just gonna.
I gotta take the kids.
Okay, he's got to take the kids. We're wrapping up. This has been 2025. Join us in 2026. We are going to actually be pushing goals and attain them. So I'm gonna let Josh run.
I like Emmett's question.
Like when you're on, it's game time.
I like Emmett's question real quick though. What do you think the word of the year will be in 2026 for you, Will? Word of the year.
I think the word of the year for me is going to be focus.
Focus.
That's probably not the right word, but it's like I have said I have identified the thing that works. I want to focus on trying to see if that actually pans out. And I don't want to get distracted by other things. So
yeah.
How about you?
Mine is direction.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I think I
feel
would agree
like I've been doing this.
We talked. Yep.
I want to do this.
You want to just like start marching in one place and see if you find everyone.
Yeah.
Cool. I think that's a great idea.
Thank you everyone for being here. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy 2025.
And Merry Christmas for everyone.
We'll see you next year
as well. We'll see you next year.